things, okay. All right, it being 7:03 PM on Wednesday, February 26th,
we'll open this regular monthly meeting
postponed
of
of
the
Belchertown Economic Development Industrial Corporation. We have a quorum to go forward, so far, everybody who's online knows everybody, so no introductions needed. This program, this meeting is being recorded, just as a backup. And first order of business is review and commenting on minutes. We have 2 sets of minutes.
You gotta shut something off. You're echoing here.
What do I have to do?
Shut something off. Shut your speaker off, maybe on your computer.
I have
Or shut one of your microphones off.
See if I've got a setting here.
One on your computer, probably.
Turn off microphone. Well, I did do that. All right, is that better? Yeah.
Much better.
Okay, good. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Beth. So we have 2 sets of minutes from our last month. First is a set of, for the regular meeting.
A motion to accept.
Clerk moves to accept.
And that is dated what?
That's January 15th. Anybody seconded?
Second.
Bill seconded. Any comments or corrections for the minutes?
I don't think I have any on this one. I think it's on the,
Exact. We'll do that next.
I'm not sure if it's on the exact, I saw it just before I left the house. And
What
it
did
was,
pertain to?
it was on the Parcel D.
Parcel D?
Right. It was just a changing one word, that's all. I believe Bob had it written down that there was a discussion that I had presented that the main thing that might be problematic is the sewer line, and he put down a water line. So
Right there, Parcel D.
okay.
Here's a pen. We have an amendment coming. Near the top. Parcel D. Separate paragraph.
Right, okay, the last line of Parcel D, under Parcel D, it says, Mr. Stevens also noted that the water line could present a problem. I believe that should be sewer line.
Okay, Bob, did you get that? Okay, great. Thank you, Kirk.
Surely.
So, let's take a vote on the regular meeting minutes, as modified, as amended. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Bob? 5-0-0. All right, we now have a set of executive committee meeting minutes.
Motion to accept.
Bill moves to accept.
Second.
Kirk seconds. Any comments about this?
Nope.
Apparently not. Bob, anything? No? All right, let's vote on it. All in favor of accepting the executive meeting minutes from January 15th, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye. No, not
5-0-0.
opposed, aye.
Thank you. 5-0-0. Thank you, Bob. Both sets accepted. All right. Next, payables, financials.
All right, so,
Beth?
yeah, we do have a couple payables here. First one is our annual compliance fee with the Department of Environmental Protection. Annual compliance assurance fee from DEP, which is $2,455, tier 2 fee.
Are we budgeted for that?
Yeah, we've been paying it.
Okay.
What may I ask is that for?
For a site regulated under Mass General Law, Chapter 21E, Mass DEP is committed to maintaining clean air, blah, blah, blah. Parties involved in assessment and cleanup activities are required to pay annual compliance assurance fees. These fees cover a portion of the cost to provide compliance assistance, conduct inspections, complete audits, and maintain public records for these sites and spills.
Motion to pay.
I'll second. So, this is a fee from the EPA, which may not exist next year,
Nothing's going to exist next year.
for inspection fees, compliance fees.
Annual compliance assurance.
Okay, thanks, Beth. And Richard, that is in the budget, so, we budgeted for that each year, we have to pay that. We'll be sending notice into you, before we actually, send the check. That's our procedure. All right,
Well, I think we only have to do that for something that's not in the budget.
if it's not in the budget,
Yeah, if it's in the budget, you guys don't need to
Right.
notify us. If it's not in the
Thank you.
budget, you would have to notify us. Yep.
thank you, Richard.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll send an email to you.
All right, we have a motion that's been seconded. Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
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 Bob? 500. Thank you. Anything else?
Yep. We have another bill for Scanlon and Associates for $1,500 for our fiscal year ended 23 and 22 financials.
These are the financials we were waiting for and we're in arrears, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
So,
And that's in the budget also.
yes,
All right. So, could you say the number once again for Bob?
$1,500.
1,500, okay. Scanlon and Associates.
We're in arrears.
Well, it's 20, it's
So you're 23 or
22 and 2023, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
They had a problem catching up, it was an awful. So, anyway,
Okay.
any further discussion? All right then, moved and seconded, so all in favor say aye.
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 500. Thank you.
And then we did receive the check from Mass Development for our for our fiscal year 25 operating budget of $26,061, which Bill's gonna deposit into our account.
Okay,
Check is no longer in the mail.
All right.
so, thank you, Richard, and all associated.
It ended with a plus.
Yeah.
We can now, even though it's the end of
We can now
February,
pay what we just paid.
we can also have our Christmas party. Okay,
Oh, of course. Another one?
at the fire station, just in case. All right,
This could probably go in another section.
all right.
It's not payable, but it's a letter we got about the Department of Energy Resources. It says,
No, it's
an
probably.
act driving clean energy and offshore wind, blah, 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 also known as Large Building Energy Report, which requires the disclosure of energy use data for buildings over 20,000 square feet, starting in 2025.
Well, I don't think any of them are using
It
any.
goes, but it says, you are receiving this advance notice as our records indicate that a building at the below address is over 20,000 square feet and under your ownership or management, likely making it subject to LBER. 0 Carriage Drive, Belchertown, Mass.
0 Carriage Drive.
So I have no idea,
Probably power
but there's a
plant.
website where we're supposed to,
It can't even be Carriage Drive, it's off Jackson.
how to comply with the law. But I don't know what building they're talking about, so.
It's, Kirk thinks
None
it's
of our buildings use energy, so
correct. Well, give
doesn't
them a
really
0.
matter what it is,
We'll
right?
just report that it's, they'll hound us if we don't send something in, so we have to find out.
It's
who to report to
Well,
unoccupied.
there's a website to go to, so I'll
And just put 0.
try to go to that and see what
Yeah.
happens.
0.
No buildings are
Yeah.
inhabited.
Does that sound right, Richard? No.
Yeah, I mean, we get these often, and yeah, if 0 Carriage Drive, I was just trying to Google that. Is that actually an address for any place?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I would just, and you can also explain like if a building is vacant or abandoned, you can just say like building's
Yeah.
vacant or abandoned.
I'll look at the tax assessment record.
Just say all buildings under our,
Yeah,
Or-
well, if I click on the link, if I go to the link, then maybe if I
Yeah.
put in this code or whatever, I
Yeah,
should
no,
be able
yeah,
to.
you got it. All right, Beth is gonna handle that, Bob.
Oh, you know what?
Thank you, Richard. That may be the power plant, and if it is, it probably will be gone by the time they open.
I was
their
thinking the
email.
admin building too, could it be that? I
Yeah,
don't know. Who
Could be
knows?
the admin building, could be the
Yeah.
power plant, just, it's a
admin's
strange.
on Front Street.
Yeah, admin is up
That's
front.
considered Front Street.
Yeah, usually they give you a very
Maybe the one
specific
with the
address.
tree growing out of it, maybe that one?
I mean, it's linked to funding somewhere, so I would, I would assume there was a grant application or something with that address on it, and that's what triggered the letter.
Okay. Well,
That's from the EPA, right?
That is from the Department of Energy Resources.
Department of Energy.
Yes,
They've
the
never
other one
given
was
us-
DEP, this is energy.
Energy, all right, that's enough time on that.
Yeah.
Moving right along.
That's probably on the chopping block anyway, so.
Finished with financial matters?
I am done.
Anything from, security while we're,
No, we're in the dead of winter and that's our good time.
dead of
So, I haven't heard anything and haven't seen anything.
It's like a three.
But no doubt as we
No news is good news.
thaw out, we'll start getting activity again.
Okay.
Where's
All the-
Bob?
Bob is in sunny San Diego.
They're nice. It looks like he's like in between two buildings. I'm like,
Yeah, he's hiding.
nice.
He doesn't want anybody to know he's part of our operation.
Yeah.
His wife put him outside to do this.
Oh, Lord. All right. Next on the agenda, development status. We did receive in the mail from Richard Kingston, our project manager, a rundown, but I would ask you, in case anybody from the public is listening what BCTV is on, if you would take us through, Richard, the update, and then we'll go on to BRISA.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to spend a lot of time going through the details just because it's, we have it in writing and I think it's available public view. But the power plant demo, security fence has been installed. The next step is erosion control. Once erosion control is in place, then, we'll notify the town of when work will commence at that point. So hopefully the erosion control will go in by, March 15th. This project's due to be completed in around August. And I think, I shared a note. I think there was some interest from the town to do some PR and some marketing, related to this. So if you guys do want to launch that and have a conversation with the contractor, I think the time is now. Because if we wait any longer, we're going to miss our opportunity there.
Great. Maybe we'll get Steve and Doug and somebody from our team to convene such a meeting to think about the kinds of PR and whatever based on the schedule of the contractor.
Steve,
Yeah.
have you had a flurry of questions since the fencing went up? Have people been calling the town asking what's going on or?
Steve?
No, not really. I don't think it's really hit the street yet. But I can talk to Kate and have her reach out to the contractor. I think we have their contact info and make an announcement.
Yeah,
Well,
just
rather
coordinate
than an
that
announcement-
through me, please, so we can, I know that everybody was fighting about whose drone was going to take photos. So, we would love to be able to be a part of something and, bring some good to what's going on over there.
Okay, we have a question from Bob Rivard. Bob, unmute. You're on mute, Bob.
Who is the contractor?
You just asked me. My brain's named
American Environmental,
American Environmental. Yeah.
Randy Reynolds, project manager.
Randy Reynolds, project manager.
So Steve, let's loop everybody into a meeting together so that we can get the facts at the same time, but also come up with kind of a uniform plan, if you don't mind. And then I think you're right, the town doesn't really understand that that thing is gonna disappear by the end of the summer.
It's going to be quick. I mean, and I think like, taking a photo op now versus, once they bring dozers in is important,
Right. Richard,
Um,
I would share again with you, I know Doug Albertson would want this to be mentioned again, that we have always thought about a trailhead down there somewhere between the power plant and Jackson Street Gate. I'll call it a gate, I'll be nice to it. Somewhere down in the flat area where right near the power plant. So just, we're gonna talk to we'll certainly mention that again to the contractor in terms of just rough leveling. It's not gonna be ready. It's not part of the contract. But we do want to have, make sure that that's as accommodating as possible when we are ready to make it a trailhead. Doug, you have a
Right. And
comment?
are you still thinking of parking there then? That would make
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think just a note is that, it'd have to be a separate project from what we have now, right? I think that,
Exactly, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would be the subject of a future trail grant.
Right. Just, all I would want the contractor to know is that wouldn't be the exact place to pile huge piles of material and leave it, or put a gully in there.
yeah, no,
Just to
that
be
will not
aware
happen.
in the future, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. There's no stockpiles. It's graded, loamed, seeded,
Yeah.
so it'll be a grassy knoll when we're done. PRV valve is, also moving along. It's under design review right now. Once that design is approved by the architect engineer, the vault will be ordered. That's about a 14 to 16 week lead time because the customization of that vault. That's also due to be completed, mid July, August 1st at the latest.
And where is that to be placed?
That is close to the train tracks, just north of the power.
Where Jackson Street intersects.
Yep, across the street between the road and the railroad track.
Mhm.
And the electric vault, which is very important to that, we have one vault already installed. We have another vault that's going to go in as part of the power plant demo. That design is also under review, also has a pretty long lead time for the vault. That's also due to be complete in July. And then once that vault is installed, we're already in the queue with National Grid to pull the power to those vaults. And that's a significant step forward on marketing these sites, is being able to tell developers that, we have power available at the sites. Those are under some grant programs. So it's really important that we get these done, by the end of July at the latest. So we're going to be pushing really hard to move those things along. The power grid itself, for National Grid, that completion is going to be a little longer before the power is installed. But, the date right now, we just have set as November 25th, but November 2025, but we're going to be pushing to try to get that done as quick as possible once the vault is installed. Next piece is on site marketing. We met with SR Commercial. We have requested in writing a couple milestones from them and some benchmarks from them. That is an updated marketing study, marketing plan, and then a scheduled relaunch of site marketing by March 15th. So by the end of this week, they've committed to providing a lot of the information that we've been requesting for a while. So I think it'll give us a good perspective of, where we are on market value at this point, if it's changed since last time, and really establish a benchmark that we can bring forward to the BDIC and said, here's the expectation on sales, here's the appetite in the market, and then really push out a marketing plan that we all agree to moving forward rather than placing a sign up there and hoping people drive by. Any questions on that?
No, it's just great to get some people in there looking at it.
Yep. And I know, the West Mass piece has been on the plate for quite a while. And just to circle back to that, because I'm sorry I forgot that in here. So we are really dependent on getting the market study information and the marketing information to decide if, if the West Mass proposal is a good proposal for us or not, right? Because I think everyone's read in the proposal that, they're offering to purchase this for $1, lease, one of the Crucible buildings for a long period of time and renovate the other one. I couldn't advise if that's a good proposition or a bad proposition at this point because I don't have the marketing information or the market information to even make a recommendation. So hopefully when we can put those pieces together, we can come back to the BDIC and say, okay, here's where we stand. Here's where the value is. Here's the opportunity. And I wish it was happening quicker than it is, but it's just taken a long time to get this information.
Richard, that marketing report and appraisal, you'll bring that to us before Mass West sees it, right?
Yeah, we wouldn't share with West Mass at all.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yep. Yeah. I mean, it's just for us to digest, to figure out, because again, it's clear on what it's somewhat clear on what West Mass is proposing. It's a very ambiguous plan of developing the site for a particular use for, a very small investment. And, again, we can't advise one way or another if what they're offering makes sense or not. I'll skip the BRISA piece for right now, but on the admin building, I know there were some conversations about the stair separating from the structure and some safety concerns. And I looked at it, Kendall looked at it on our last visit. I looked at it again last week. I think at this point, we would just recommend if it is a concern with the BDIC that, you guys move to hire an engineer or somebody to take a look at it and, see what needs to be done. It's hard to tell if that's a new issue or if it's been like that for 20 years, so, obviously if we need to get some better security or fencing around it, just to protect the site rather than spend a bunch of money to correct it, it might be a good idea for the BDIC to look at that.
There may have been a crack there over the years, but it was never separated. And that's something which began last summer, I would say. That's when we started reporting this conversation. So it is deteriorated significantly. I'm not even sure there was a crack before, but something's happened underneath it along that front.
Well, I mean, from what I saw, I'm quite certain that the whole slab that the portico is mounted on has settled, has tipped away from the building. And therefore, that's what makes the posts not secure. As far as the brick cheek on that, they never attached it. There's block behind it that normally you put in wall ties and attach one to the other. I saw none, and that's why it's pulling away.
It's just stressing.
Yeah, I don't, it's not really a structural flaw at this point. It looks worse than it is. I dug up the original drawings of that, and from what I saw and what I talked with Kendall about was that there's a lot of steel in the superstructure of that building, that being one of the newer buildings. And I think that the two sides have formidable beams that aren't necessarily supported by the outside posts. The posts are more decorative than they are structural. So I'm not saying we shouldn't pay attention to it, but I don't think it's as urgent as one might think.
So we've been advised by Mass Development to have an engineer give an estimate of what it would cost in the scope. And if maybe we should do that and have a conversation about whether to do a fence or a fix.
Yeah, I don't think we're recommending one way or another. I think if it is a concern, you guys have to make the decision of like, is it concern enough to bring in an engineer? I mean, my personal opinion is I agree with what Kurt's saying. And, if the city has some fencing, some spare fencing material and just, put in some posts to wrap it around, protect it from trespassers, I think that might be a better solution.
we might be able to grab some extra fencing from American Environmental, because that would be perfect for it. It's tall, it's like 6-7 feet tall, and can be chained together. So when they're on site, or we can talk with their contact man, Randy Reynolds, project manager, and maybe say,
Okay.
this is something that we could rent for $1 or something. I mean, obviously they got a big job right around the corner, and
We can also check with Steve and see what they have at DPW, so.
true.
All right,
Yep.
we'll do that. All right, so,
And then coming
Kirk,
back
you
to,
gonna Kirk is
sorry.
gonna continue to follow up on that. All right, Richard.
Okay. So I'm hoping that Hamad is on the call.
Not to my knowledge.
Yeah, I am. I apologize.
Okay.
Like I'm having some
Oh,
difficulty.
that's caller C? Very good. Welcome,
Yeah.
Hamad.
Oh, hey, how you doing? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. The day got away from me. Good evening, everyone. So, again, apologies. I had a pretty hard time getting on the go-to video-wise, so I had to dial in. So this, as it relates to an update, since the last time we spoke, the state came out with their notice of funding, which is effectively the sources that can go into projects like this. So that came out in maybe late January, if not early February. And within that notice of funding, they set, dates in which we can submit an application to the Executive Office of Housing and Livable Communities, which is the primary funding source for a project like this. That application is due June 4th, which we will submit to. And, that would be a full application with fairly advanced drawings for the first phase, which is the residential, as well as the administrative building, and I guess what we call internally the accessory building, the duplicate building. So as it relates, that's pretty much the status update. Like, the design team is working towards submitting, a pretty good set of drawings that can be reviewed by HLC as well as mass development. So, yeah, June 4th is the date we'll submit our full application.
Hamad, if I may ask about that specifically, this is Jonathan. Do you expect that there may be changes in those drawings from what we saw last?
No changes. So you guys are able to see, effectively the 100% schematic. What we're going to do now is take it into design development. So that means that we're going to have more details as it relates to the MEP, some window details, door details, but nothing that is going to change the site plan, nothing that's going to change the building orientation, nothing that's going to change the look of the buildings. So yeah, it wouldn't, unless I told you what we were doing, you would not notice anything from what you guys reviewed last year.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah, Richard and I were working closely. I think at this point we speak every week about the project and identifying, our timeline, refining it, and also starting to select our financing partners, because clearly a project of this scale requires a lot of money. So it's good at this point to get folks interested in the project, seeing the overall financial package, and trying to get folks to put this project in, their pipeline. because it is a sizable project. So there's a number of folks that can do it on the banking side, as well as what we call like the tax credit investor side. But now it's just about, you know, getting the right financing partner for a project like this, you know, in Belchertown. So.
Yeah, I do echo what Ahmad's saying. I mean, we work weekly on this to put, you know, some definition and parameters around scheduling and, you know, how we're going to work going forward. And I think we've made some really good inroads, you know, as of late. And you know, I think by, you know, this deadline approaching, and there's also some deadlines on the one stop for growth side of it that, you know, might free up some additional money to help Ahmad move this forward. So I think the team's kind of all hands on deck at this point to bring this to fruition, and hopefully we'll see some movement here very quickly.
So June 4th is the filing deadline. Any idea about when notice of awards will be out? What is typically the time for them to review all the submissions?
Yeah, so it varies, right? So just based on my experience on another project, if you submit, you know, if you submit your initial full application, then it typically takes them 4 to 5 months to review all the applications and score them. And at that point, you can get a better sense as to if you're awarded. Even at that point, they might actually announce. So best case scenario, we're looking at 4 to 5 months, which would stretch us into like October, November of getting an announcement, hopefully an award.
Thank you. Anything else for us, Ahmad?
No, nothing else. I think, you know, as we advance the drawings, especially as it relates to BRISA, we'll come back and just, you know, as a courtesy to show you guys where we are on the advancement of the drawings prior to submission, just so that you guys know that we're moving the project forward, and we will have like a compelling application to submit on January 4th.
Well, that'd be much appreciated. Thank you.
Oh, you're quite welcome.
Have you been in touch with the people who are involved with the effort to convert the administration building? Because that'll be part of your funding submission. Kate Anderson and others?
No, I have not, and it's not because we're deviating from the plan. At this point, you know, she gave me like her floor plan layout, how she would, you know, ideally want the building or at least her space to be organized. So that's already wrapped into the design. The programming aspect of it is pretty baked, right? Like we're gonna have community space, you know, we're gonna have the museum, 2 state-owned schools, and then sprinkle in, and I'm talking about the first half of the admin building, and then also, you know, provide like some office space throughout that portion of the building. So yeah, we don't necessarily need to be in a lot of direct contact other than to check in, but we kind of understand the constraints of the building, but also their floor plans. So I think we're good.
Okay, great. Richard, anything else on this?
No.
Members, any questions for Ahmad about?
No?
Nothing from the room here. Bob? Bob? Rivand? No? How about Doug or Steve?
I don't have anything.
Oh, nothing here.
Yep.
All right. On
Been there enough. If you guys have any snack restaurant recommendations, let me know. I think I've hit all the restaurants in the area at this point. So
Well, we have a couple openings, so
there we go. And those my ways.
Yeah. Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, we've been waiting for that one for a while.
Yeah.
Okay. All right then, thank you. We're gonna keep moving down the agenda.
Thanks all. Good night.
Good
Thank you.
night, Emma.
Kirk, you
All
wanna
right,
give
take
us
care.
a Parcel D update?
Sure. Yeah, I've been back and forth with Amanda, Newmiller, I guess it is. Yes. And we were hoping to have, I sent you, forwarded some of the stuff that they had compiled thus far, doing their, everything with getting the survey all finished and all the borings located with the depths and stuff. And we kept prodding, trying to get a map or something that we could present, but they weren't ready for that at this point. But we are working on getting a meeting together, basically a workshop between us and Mass Development, which I think at this point may end up happening in that room that we've been using at the rec center. It's fine. It's a big room with tables and everything. And it's basically just a workshop of, okay, this is what we got. This area over here is marginal. This is that, that's that, and they'll have some representative ideas of lot sizes and stuff. But that's one of the things that they wanted to confer with us as to the, the size of parcels that would be looked for. And, I hopefully be able to get Doug and Steve in on that to look at everything and get their input, so that Mass Development could go back to the drawing board and kind of draw things out. I'm not sure with, whatever monies are going to be left after this portion of the grant. I know there'll be some, 50 grand or more. And hopefully that will enable us to be able to rough in a road, which would be very helpful going forward. So at this point, we're close to having something to sink our teeth into, but not quite there yet.
It's good. Questions, anybody? We're good here. Doug? No? Steve?
No, just, if you haven't, Kirk, if you have any questions or draft plans or things like that, just keep me posted and I can give you my thoughts.
Sure.
Steve?
I'll stop by and bother you.
Oh, you're always welcome when I'm not there.
Especially when you're not there.
Steve?
I don't have anything, thank you.
Okay. Richard?
Just a heads up, I mean, Amanda and I on the site readiness side, we talk a lot about what's going on with Parcel D as well. So if there's any questions or things, or, you need additional help, or you might not be getting the answers you think you're getting, to just let me know, and I'm happy to support it any way I possibly can.
Okay, that's great. Steve?
I already asked him. He said no.
Yep.
No, I saw that. It's like, was flashing.
At this, we're looking at the calendar. Amanda said that probably the week of the 27th of March, that Ty and Bob would like to get together and do that workshop.
So it's after our next meeting.
That is the week of our next
It's a week
meeting.
after.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I'll see if we can get it before, but because that would be great.
Yeah,
So we're trying to figure out timing wise, because we'd obviously like to have, Steve and Doug there, and whether we try to do it during regular business hours, whether it's going to be, a meeting like this,
Right.
So we'll work that out.
But all of this leading to a proposed subdivision plan.
Right,
That would go to the town and through the normal channels.
correct.
Well, it couldn't be an amended plan. We never got past the.
Right.
Yeah, I just want to remind you that if the select board lay out the road, it does not need to go through the subdivision process. That's what we've done before, and it saves a lot of money and time.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good point.
Good things to say.
Okay, where are we? Let's see.
Motion to adjourn?
No,
Members' time.
members' time. So members' time, I asked Bill to say something this evening. We are, I guess I'll use the phrase graduating a member.
Well, the bottom line is.
Retired.
Rich Kump has rendered his resignation after many years of service. Been very helpful all along the way. His personal duties have just been too much.
He's a busy man.
Yeah,
He's a busy man.
It was wonderful to step in again, and
yeah.
Yeah.
He did step in to keep us going at a point in time. It just has been stellar.
Yeah,
so we wish him well. We give him our thanks.
yes, very much so.
And
He was with us early on. He had to leave, but then he came back when he had a few hours of time he could give, and we greatly appreciate that.
Yeah.
I wonder if anybody has a time that could pen a brief note for all of us to Rich.
Kirk and I put something together
Sure.
from the board. Send it to you to sign, and good, we'll do that. Steve, we're gonna need a notice to get a new member. So, and maybe two. We were talking about having alternate members also at one point, remember?
Do we know what position?
No, I don't know what he was in.
Do you have any idea what Richard?
Well, you're in.
What seat? Under the financial seat.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I have it back at the office.
Okay. So we gotta get a notice in about that and whatever. But we'll miss him.
Yep.
Anything else in members' time? Bill? Nothing on the mailbox?
No.
Beth? Jonathan, no? Kirk, no? Bob? Nope. Anything else from the other people attending this evening to make note of? Want to thank you all for being there.
Bob, you got
Richard,
enough
Doug, Steve.
sunscreen out there?
Sunscreen, Bob? Nice. Look at
A
that.
little red. You look a little red.
Yeah.
All right, do we have a motion to
Motion
adjourn?
to adjourn.
Bill moves to adjourn.
Second.
Beth seconds, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, 500.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Hello. Good night, guys.
Write these
Good night,
checks.
Richard.
Yeah, I'll go down.
Kirk, do you want to get the checkbook?
Sure.